guys, I'm Ben.
And I'm Tommy.
And you guessed it, we're talking board games.
Yes, we are. Specifically card games today.
Card game.
Card game, yes. We're talking about the Bottle Imp, which I always want to say the Bottled Imp.
It makes much more sense that way, doesn't it?
Gunter Cornet. What the heck were you thinking?
Noob.
Oh, gosh.
No, the Bottle Imp is a card game. It's one that I've heard the name tossed around on a number of occasions.
Well, isn't there a reviewer called the Bottle Imp?
Should be.
Or no, I'm pretty sure there is.
Maybe, I don't know.
I thought there was.
We can change our channel. We can be the Bottle Imps.
No, I think it's taken.
Darn it.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a game that I've heard the name tossed around a number of times as being a good trick-taking game. It was out of print for a long while. And as of late, our group has kind of played a couple trick-taking games.
Yeah, I like trick-taking games a lot.
It's underappreciated part of the hobby.
Well, it's a hard theme. It's a hard mechanism.
Themed game.
It's a hard mechanism to make work.
And do anything new or original.
Right.
Trick-taking is basically hearts and... yeah, that's it. Modified hearts. But anyways, we've been playing a bunch of those games, and I was like, I want a trick-taking game that I think is cool. And I saw this was back in print, and I was like, yep, getting it. So that's the story of this. So if you've heard it and you thought it sounded interesting, it is back in print. So go snag a copy because it's good. Spoiler, maybe.
And how does it play?
So it's a trick-taking game. Akin to other trick-taking games, you have suits. This has 3 different suits. But what's different is rather than having each suit range from 1 to, say, number 9, the numbers go through all the suits. So the cards are 1 to 37.
1 through 37.
Yeah, and, the 17 is a yellow card or blue card. And you know that from the start of the game.
1 through 5 are all yellow, because yellow are much lower suits.
Yes.
Whereas red is the high suit.
And then blue is like intermittent.
The average
but they
suit.
Still kind of alternate,
Right.
So
you have
wide
a
range.
yellow 27 or something like that.
Yeah. But yes, there's a little bit of interesting... I don't know how they came to this. But anyways, design aside, it's set up very differently than normal cards. But the way the game plays is you're playing a trick-taking game, trying to be the highest card. If you can't play within the suit, you play a card out of the suit. And different from most trick-taking games, you can win the game. I mean, win the trick with a card from out of suit, rather than just using it as like, well, I'm going to trash this.
Which is unique.
Yeah. I'm going to trash this because it's not going to serve me any good later. You can actually play a higher card than everyone else out of suit and win. But where it gets tricky is if you play a card lower than the price of the bottle to start the game, which starts at 19, you win the bottle, which lets you lead. And
which, by the way, 19 is also right in the middle.
Yeah.
Of the 37, 38 cards or whatever.
Yes. But if 2 cards play under the 19, the higher of the 2 is going to win the bottle.
The closest one to the bottle.
Yeah. Will become the new bottle price. And this bottle price will slowly progress down. And if you are stuck with the bottle at the end of the game, you actually scored negative points based on a card each player chose to set aside at the beginning.
Right.
And then the other players will score positively for the tricks that they won. So
it sounds complicated because it is a little convoluted, but once you play around, you'll be like, okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
And it plays relatively quickly. The rounds are not, there's a good amount of thinking that goes into it, more so than I think that is there at face value.
Yeah.
But the rounds are quick. I think everybody, in our 3-player game, everybody had 30 or 11 cards.
Yeah, after you place the first thing.
Yeah.
But, so, trick-taking games are interesting, right? There are the very classic, traditional...
Hearts,
spades, what your grandmother played.
I would even go so far as to say diamonds.
Yeah, and then there's the variations of those, like maybe diamonds. And then you have the very far-off, wacky, and weird, ultra-variable games like Tournament at Camelot. And I'd even say Indulgence to an aspect with a different card, the different decree that's being chosen each round.
I think Indulgence is more classic, if you will, than, say, Tournament at Camelot.
Yes.
But it definitely has that variability where it's not the same every time you play.
But then this game kind of falls right weird in the center of that, where it's like there is no uber weird variability with different rules and stuff that's changing. Like it's a very stagnant rule set that continues.
But it is.
But it turns it on its head and is so different from an original.
That bottle throws things off like crazy, especially if you have low cards. You got to get rid of those cards.
Yes.
You got to ditch those cards. Like when somebody plays a card to That's like right under the bottle. You're like, I gotta get rid of this. There's my one. I'm gone. Yeah.
But you can only do that if the turn order is right. You
know?
If you're having to lead, you're not gonna get that chance because if you play that
if you play that
no
one or two,
anything
absolutely not.
Below the bottle price because they want you to have to take.
The only thing that would be better is if you know that you had the 1, you also had the 2, and then you managed to slide the 2 right in there.
Yeah.
And then you basically force the person to take the 1.
Because things have to follow suit. If you play that 1 and you know that someone else has only their 3 yellow card left,
right?
They're gonna have to play that.
There's a lot of depth to this game, and it makes the game so much fun. I really, really like this game a lot. This is a fun trick, and there's some superfluous pieces in here. For example, the bottle. This is
component ever.
False. This is my pet peeve. Not my pet peeve, but I like card games, and I think I've said this before. I like when a card game is just cards. When you can it's like having a deck of cards where I can be like, hey guys, look, I've got this deck of cards. Let's play this card game. You shuffle everything up and you deal out the cards and you play the game.
Yeah.
This, it's like, hey guys, look at this card game. Dink.
But you don't need the bottle.
No, I agree.
The card that's up in front of a player is the price of the bottle.
It's totally superfluous. I would almost probably not play it.
Adds a little theme to the game.
Does it though? What is the theme of this game?
So it's actually based off of a story or some fable or something. I want to look it up. But the cards have the pictures on them, right? That tell the story. So if you lay those cards out in a certain order, I don't know what the order is, but I know it's not 1 to 37.
1 to 37. Okay.
They tell the story of the Bottle Imp. So kind of cool, different take on it, but yeah, the game it's very different, very unique as far as the trick taking game goes. You would think once you learn the rules that it's going to play very scripted, like, well, no one's going to try and take the bottle.
I'll always lead with this number.
I'm going to play the highest card. I'm going to win as many as I can because I don't want the bottle. Let's keep it as far away from the bottle as possible.
But the trick is trying to win those.
You want to win the
You want to win. Well, you don't necessarily. It's like, I could take this, or I can get rid of this card that's not going to do me much good.
True.
And this, I think, takes trick-taking, it makes it that hard decision, which I think a lot of modern trick-taking games don't do. You always, with a trick-taking game, it's like, at least nowadays, it's like, it doesn't matter what I play my highest suit, I do what I can, and I always try to win tricks. Or I always try to lose tricks.
They feel very scripted in that
This
aspect.
is not that. This is, do I lead with the 18 so that I can get the Bottle Imp really quickly and then everybody has to give me whatever card they lay down? No, because then nobody's going to lay down a high cost card. I want to play that 18 at the opportune moment when I'm going to be able to...
But if you had a card... excuse me. But if you had a card that you really want to get out of your hand, and by doing that it guarantees that you lead next... maybe those 2 small cards that people are going to give you are worth it if you get the chance to lead.
This game is so good. I'm stealing it from Ben's collection. Putting it in my bag right now. Are you okay?
I might be dying.
Oh, gosh. So I get to keep this.
I'll write it into my will, man. It's all yours.
No, it is a really good game. My one caveat with this game, besides a dumb bottle, is I wish this played more.
Right.
Especially for a modern trick-taking game.
2 to 4 with 2 players being a variant.
I will say, Indulgence is no different. Indulgence is 3 to 4. Although Indulgence I feel I can take out with more people, whereas this is a little bit more... This is a heavier trick-taking. Is that a thing?
This is almost like a game where, like... I don't know, you start playing it, like, with family, and it's something that comes out, like, every Thanksgiving, like...
Sure.
Like, that type of game that people just, want one more hand, bring this to next family gathering. I think a lot of families have that game, and this has the potential to be that game for a lot of families.
I wish this played more. And I don't think it would be hard to. You add 2 extra cards, right? Now you can make it a 5-player game. And then you move the bottle up 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's at...
Alas.
20, or I don't know. I guess you have to have...
We'll get Gunther Cornet on the line and give him our recommendation.
5, 6, 7, 8-player expansion.
Anyways, if you're looking for a good... Guys, I apologize.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Take it, man, and you just better... I don't know if you get no chance.
No,
Yeah.
seriously though, really good trick-taking game.
Yep.
Probably one of my favorite that I've played. This, and Indulgence, I think, was my go-to, and I still think that I'm going to keep Indulgence for sure.
Yeah.
But I think I love this, especially since it's just a deck of cards and
So simple, but
so
so
simple.
complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't own a trick-taking game, this is a great one. It's not got a high level of entry, but I recommend everyone has a trick-taking game.
Yeah.
It's something you can teach to people who are
And
familiar
people are
with
mostly
card games.
familiar with hearts or spades or something,
Yep.
and it's like, hey, you know how you do this in hearts or
Good
spades?
way to get people into the hobby.
Yeah.
This
Really
is a good one for
this is a great one. Go check it out. That's Bottle Imp. Also, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next time.
that. Bye.